Yo, what's going on, guys? Koi here. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys a game that I have been playing for about. Let's see, when did Film Red come out? Film Red. Let me just do a double take real quick. Film Red. When did that come out? Because actually, I was playing before that back in 2022 and in 2021 as well, due to the fact that I was at that time I lost my first account. I'm going to show you guys my account probably by the end of this video. But right now we're going to be dipping in. This is a guide specific. Okay, so let me just get down to the low brass tacks. And that is the fact that this game doesn't have a particularly new guide video fan base. Like they don't do guide videos anymore because this game's been out for 5 years. Now, a lot of the bigger YouTubers for this one specifically, like OPBR, like Soul and stuff like that, OPBR Soul, these dudes have a really hard time because people don't necessarily care about their guides. But that's totally because their guides are just chopped up facts when it's not their fault. It's their gameplay YouTubers. You know what I mean? They show off the latest and greatest characters. They don't get into the details or anything like that. Hence why people don't really latch onto it as much. Like, of course, there's going to be a lot of people who've already played it before coming back, and I think that this is going to be a more quick and easy guide for those who just want to get into the game. Then I'm going to be making more videos in the future talking about small little things about each little system intricately and dip into those concepts for newer players to really understand. So I'm going to get away from the boring stuff and we're going to dip straight into the main stuff, which is starting a new account. Now, starting a new account's pretty easy. I have the sound off because copyright. And of course, we're going to start talking about the beginning of the game, how you start off an account and stuff like that, and what the game is actually about. The game is literally about PvP. It's just all PvP. There's almost no PvE in this game. It's strictly PvP, and it brings in all the Bounty Rush characters from the entire from the entire world of like Bounty Rush characters and brings them into this game. This game's like been around for so long, and it's just been an amazing game since. Of course, it did close down back in 2018 when it originally dropped, um, but that's just like it just happens. And then it came back in 2019 as a completely different game because it used to be PVE and PvP at the same time. All right. So let's go ahead and dip into it. At the beginning of the game, now they kind of give you a tutorial bonus character, a more up to date character than the 2 years later characters, which is dope because now you actually get to start off with the Wano based characters. And it looks like I got Law. So Surgeon of Death Law, which is actually a fantastic character. There's two different types of characters in this game, three different types, I would say. Whenever you're starting this account and stuff like that, you're just going to be dipping in and not really understanding, like, if I have a character, is this character going to do well? And I'm going to explain why some characters do well. So I'm just going to say, new player, new player. Okay, so making an account, of course, it's just like you getting into the game. I'm going to be giving away this account. And that's going to be super easy to do. I'll just give you the password and all that stuff to this specific account, and I'll show you how to do that probably by the end of this video. Like I said, we're just going to be dipping into the early game, and I'm going to show you what the gameplay actually looks like because I don't like the tutorial gameplay. It doesn't really show you what the game is really about. Then I'm going to show you how to get started, how to start building your account, but in the more in the gameplay wise way of doing things because I just want you to understand automatically. Okay, so as you can see, it is going to be a 4v4. You get to switch between your characters, and there are different classes. So there's runners, there's fighters, and then there's defenders. Each class specifically, whenever you actually play the class, you just have to really try your best and try not to lose against the other team. Do your job. It's capture the flag based, and there are some challenges that do other things, such as like let's say like um, There's going to be some where there are PvE events. There's going to be some where it's strictly PvP, where you only fight to the death, and that's just the way it is. All right, so as you can see right here, I'm just going to go ahead and mess with my settings. These are the settings I prefer, which is just like full camera, no auto. Rotate the map is up to you. D-pad is up to you. I play on PC, so I don't really do that. Auto target, turn that off. Central, it's up to you as well. Display guide, off. I don't really do all that extra stuff. Okay, so whenever you're actually playing, you could play this on PC or you could play it on um, phone, of course. I love playing it on PC, BlueStack specifically. I think Soul OPVR does have a guide on that, but if you do want me to just put out a refresher course, depending on how old it is, just let me know. As you can see, each character has 2 moves. Some characters do have more than 2 moves, just depends on the character. This is Counter Shock, and then Mez, which is just stealing the heart. My job as a runner, as you can see from down here, there is a score. The score doesn't really matter. The treasure matters. If you get 5 treasures, you automatically get a win. But it really just depends on if you can defend the treasures for long enough. These are obviously bots, but these are. Another thing I do like about like One Piece Bounty Rush is the fact that these characters do get updated, and they get updated rather frequently. And a lot of older characters actually just got updated recently, and that's the reason why I still love playing this game. Like Kizaru, for instance. Kizaru is the first set of characters that are getting updated from the Marineford arc, from the Saburi arc. So this is like before the 2 years later arc. Next is like the next is the Marineford arc. So characters like Mihawk, Red Mihawk specifically, like the old attacker Mihawk and stuff like that. That character is getting buffed, and he's going to get fixed up and stuff like that. So daily rewards, of course, login rewards. You want to make sure you log in every day. And actually, the day is about to reset right now in about 5 minutes. They do allow you to select a character. This is totally your choice. Every single one of these characters are amazing. I would say for this guide specifically, I'm just going to select a character that I think is just very, very good and underrated. Uh, whew. I got to bring in General Frankie. I think General Frankie is an amazing unit. Iron Boxing General Frankie. This dude's just awesome. A lot of people are going to be like, General Frankie, that's kind of freaky. And I'll explain why. So first things first, of course, before the day resets, we're going to collect all the dailies. They do give you 1 tutorial gem. This is just to show you how it works, but right now, as you can see, we're just going to go ahead and collect everything. You're going to be doing this at about like, for me, it's 2 p.m. Central. So at 2 p.m. Central is whenever I log in. You log in like every day, and you just collect your dailies, and there's different events. And I think that the direction I want to take this channel is explaining events, because nobody does that enough, where freaking they just don't explain the concept of what some of these events are for, what events are worth it, what events are not. They don't do that anymore. You know what I mean? The game has been out forever. So no one really does guides. I've only seen like gameplay videos since I've been playing for the last 2.5 years, maybe even 3 years at this point, because I was playing back in 2021. You do get a free daily scout. You do want to make sure that you do summon on these. And I'll explain right now what makes a scout good after we get through the banners. So, first things first, let's just go ahead and take a look. So, first things first, if you don't see any straw hats next to Luffy, bad. If you see gold treasure, good. If you see red flag, okay. So, anything that's like red, normal treasure, grade 14's bad. Uh, it'll go grade 14, 27 to 32. And then if there's no bubbles, that's also bad. Red flag is okay. Gold flag is the best. Black flag is the worst. White pole is the worst. Yep. And it's just like the smaller things, you know what I mean? So as you can see, there are brand new Head Start events out right now. So right now we could actually get our hands on some pretty good legendary characters. Now let's check out the drop rates. So it looks like we got Hody Jones, King Neptune, Radon no Nagashima, looks like Nami, Usopp, We got Robin, Brooke, lots of good characters, Hakuba, Donchin Zhao, and these are the characters. So the rates in this game are actually um, 7% chance to get the new characters. So like 7% rates for the 4 stars. And this is, let me explain the banners. So for those who want to know, so this is considered a step up banner. Step up banners are probably the best free to play banners to exist because they always give you free stuff with your stuff or guarantees, which is very, very nice. Over here, we got Bounty Festival banners. Bounty Festival banners are actually amazing banners. These banners specifically bring in brand new legendary class characters. All right. And then we have extreme banners. Extreme banners normally bring in the latest EX character. So extreme characters are like the most expensive in the game. Obviously, these guys only come out every half year, but they've actually been doing a lot of returns, making these characters a lot cheaper. And there's also celebration banners. Celebration banners are freaking amazing. These characters normally come with mostly step up units, which is what these guys are. But the higher rates on step up units means that it's really easy to build a brand new account. We got a lot of celebration banners out right now, obviously. And there's also 18% medals. Oh my god, that's really good. Okay, so freaking, no lie, I might run this one. This one specifically. Yeah, I think we're going to do that one. So, whenever you log in, obviously you're going to get a bunch of brand new gems and stuff like that, depending on when you join in. You're going to get a bunch of characters. And these characters, even though they're 2 stars, 3 stars, they're pretty mediocre. The ones that you want to aim for is getting a character not 4 star, but to 5 star, which means you would need one character and then 2 copies. It takes 7 characters in total to actually 6-star character. And as you can see, we're just kind of dipping through. So first things first, leveling up a character. You don't have to level up the character. It tells you to level up. So the stats that matter in this game are obviously leveling up your skills to max level. If you could get them to max level, you'd actually be able to do some significant damage. Traits, as you can see, the best traits unlock at level 5. I mean, at 5 stars. And your boosting characters. Boosting characters is very, very important. So boost 2 on characters is very, very important. All right, let's keep dipping. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and look at the banners and see, oh, the day just reset. As you can see, the day just reset. I'm getting all my rewards. And really, that's just convenience because I decided to do this video right here at this point. So, like, freaking, I'm just getting all these rewards super easy. And you can link the game. And whenever you do link the game, whenever you get the account or whenever you make your account, you want to take that game and you want to take it to the next how do you say it? You want to link it to your Google because right now they're actually getting rid of Facebook linking, which is okay. It's because I don't know what's going on with Facebook. They're just like, I guess they're not doing Facebook linking anymore. I don't know why. It is what it is though. Now, with this account, I do want to take it to that level of getting characters that I think are going to be really, really good at the same time as getting characters that are pretty much meta. And I would say that any legendary character could be considered meta depending on the character. Obviously, we have EXs up here, except for Whitebeard. This Whitebeard is not even an EX. He's actually a freaking this Whitebeard, which is Prime Beard. Prime Beard is actually a legendary. He's not even an EX. But the rest of these characters are EXs all the way up until Big Mom here. So this right here is the cutoff point. This Big Mom is not an EX. The rest of these guys up here are. Like I said, they do return, but not very often. And the newest EXs do come out during anniversary, which is the beginning of the year or the middle of the year. So let's just go ahead and make sure that we collect all the gems. There's also your little profile. This is not what we're dipping into, though. We're dipping into the aspect of making the account, what makes the account good, and everything like that. And I think that we might actually go for this one because it does come with fragments. And it is cheap. Cheap, and it comes with fragments. That might be the move. But there's also the celebration one that comes with Uta. And Uta is actually a very, very special character. But it's a little more expensive. Huh. It does come with a lot of good legendaries, though. Or you could always go for EXs. Re-rolling an account is as easy as deleting the app and just reopening it. That's literally it. This is the cheapest banner, and it also comes with boost rewards. So you know what? I'm going to do this one. Because cheap, it comes with boost 2 rewards, and we're going to be able to boost a character very, very easily. So let's see what we get. Aido. Okay. He's a really good runner. All right, we're just going to keep going, and we're just going to aim for a good character. And let me just show you what a good pull looks like real quick. So this is 2 4-star characters. So that means we should have 2 Straw Hats, Luffy Jinbei, Rizoro, Gold Treasure. Should we get a gold flag? Gold flag. Bubbles. We want to see some bubbles. That's not a lot. Group 27. Step up group. Gold pull. I'm just showing you what it looks like. Now, whenever Luffy does get one, he'll either turn into Bounce Man or he'll turn into, oh god, Snake Man, depending on which character it is. If it's the featured unit, then normally it'll turn into Snake Man. Okay, 4-star character guaranteed over here again. All right. Very, very high rates on these banners, which is very, very nice. 4-star characters guaranteed. This is just kind of like the best way to kind of build an account, especially support wise. These accounts can be built very, very easily with this type of banner. As you can see, I have like so many characters, and this is just the start. So, first things first, none of these guys are actually 5-star, which is a problem. So, the best way to do that is just kind of go with character power. As you can see, we didn't get anyone 5-star, which is okay. Now, supports. Supports really come down to what do I really want to make color-wise? What kind of team do I want to make? And you can make all like 3 teams. You just got to have the characters for it. So, for instance, we're going to go General Frankie, and we're going to go DS Drake. Now, for the supports, I would also want blue characters. See, as you can see, 2.5%. But if I replaced him, it would go to like, oh, I would lose some percentage. What makes a character a very, very good support is leveling up the characters, and let alone getting them medals, at least leveling them up with medals and stuff like that. So, of course, we're going to need a character to be decently leveled at the moment, so I'm just going to go ahead and give them something. And building an account is pretty easy. This is going to probably be the longest video I've ever done, but like I said, if you want me to go into detail, I'm going to be going into detail with like the next few videos, obviously, which is just tearing into like a lot of the smaller systems in the game. Whenever you are playing, I'm speed running right now, so whenever you are playing, obviously we're just going to be speed running and getting all the loot, which is super easy. And then I'm going to dip into a lot of the main stuff, such as the exchanges. Obviously, you have the exchanges here, you have the Head Start exchange here, but the ones that matter mostly are the Season Points exchange, which are the way to get skins for free, and then also Battle Points, because this is how you level up step-up units very fast. Crystal Fragments are very, very nice because you could actually put these into characters. And this is how you kind of like get free 5-star characters. In this game, you can level up any character to 6-star. The only characters that are super worth leveling up, though, are obviously characters that are going to just be very, very good in the long run, such as legendary step-up units, 4 stars in total. Like, most 4 stars are just very, very good and well worth to level up. So what I'm going to actually do here is I'm going to end up jump cutting towards after I have like a decent, after I do a few matches, do a lot of the early game, and stabilize the account, and I'll see you guys after the time skip. Hey, okay, now, so I've played a few matches, getting the character and the pretty much the account to rank 5, which all you have to do is literally just play a few matches. After playing a few matches, you're pretty much complete with the early game of the actual game, and then after that, it's pretty much building the main account, which is also, by the way, as you can tell, I re-rolled the account because I wanted to play with a legendary specifically. So, because I want to show off that you can just re-roll an account, get a character that you really, really want, and move on from there. So, with this account specifically, I did go for this banner instead, which is the spring event. As you can see, I'm going for this one because it does come with some legendaries, gives off some fragments. I do a quick little summon. Okay, we got 2 straw hats, we got gold treasure chest, we got a red flag. Bubbles, please. We got bubbles. Group 32. Group 32 could be a legendary here if it's a gold pull. White pull. Oh wow, step up unit. Wow. Yep. Oh wait, never mind. It's a legendary, but it's just one legendary. Rob Lucci. Man, that's tough. I mean, it's still Rob Lucci though. This account still giving it away. This account's going to be the better version of that account though. So after we pretty much knocked out most of the early game, there are some ways that you could pretty much focus on characters, such as when you actually do pick out the character that you want. There are certain ways you could boost this character, such as getting character boosts to obviously trait 2. This is pretty much solidifying the fact that you are going to be using this character 100%. You don't have to boost this character beyond this point until like you do certain characters and stuff. But we're talking about the early game. We're not mid-maxing or anything like that. So obviously medals as well. As you can see, I am also working on a medal set. This character specifically, whenever inflicted freeze, you get a cooldown reduction skill by 6%. And over here, whenever you're at your treasure area, reduce damage received by 5%. So as you can see, I pretty much created the best build for this character specifically, and I just need to get this character leveled up whenever it comes down to just the boosting. Boost 2 is very, very important, hence why I went for Boost 2 on the first account, which is something I'm not aiming for on this account. Now, let's see. There, you can get up to 3 medals, but to do that, you actually have to focus on getting a character specifically to 6-star, which there are ways to do that with any character that you get, because in this game, you only need 1 character in order to get him to 6-star. 1 copy of each character gets them to 6-star. That includes EX characters, which means special training. As you can see, special training, I can get fragments just by logging in, replenishing the money, and then claiming the fragments. You could also boost the system by joining an alliance. So you could join an alliance. If you want to join my alliance, just let me know in my Discord server, and I could totally invite you guys to my alliance. There are some things that I don't have unlocked until rank 8. Obviously, I'm going to do that later, but right now we're just talking about the beginning of the game. So that would be getting into the game, pretty much doing your the main stuff, such as getting a character, getting an account ready, and then doing challenge battle as well. As you can see, challenge battle super, super important. This gives you a lot of rewards, and this is just one of those things that you could do. I'm going to be doing small videos just like talking about like these are some things that you could get a lot of rewards with, and other things that have to do with the guides. Obviously, this is just a jumbled version in order to make sure that you guys actually understand starting an account, not just building it. So that's what future videos are going to be about. So next we're going to talk about just pretty much building this character. How can we get him to 6-star? How can we do all that? Well, one best way you could get him to 6-star is by just pretty much getting this character through the spin system, obviously, which is the head start events and stuff like that. And by making sure that this character is on these, as you can see, he will be right here, Raid Brook. He does have a chance of being there, and guaranteeing a character such as guaranteed legendaries give him a higher chance of being on your roster. So, as you can see, the main objective now is just pretty much get this character to 6-stars, which is just by through other means, such as getting fragments. And these fragments you could get from challenge battle, you could get these from other ways, putting them into the character, and then boom, as you can see, boom. Once we get a certain amount of fragments, we get said character to 5-star. A character at 5-star will be able to compete against characters in the higher leagues. Once you complete your leagues and stuff like that, complete your startup events and stuff like that, you're pretty much complete, and you just keep focusing on the next thing that comes out, such as getting your rewards for league. As you can see, if we do league bonuses, the higher up you go, the more rewards you will actually get on a league basis. As you can see, all the way up until you can get 50 gems every season, and the seasons go by like after like a week or two, like 2 weeks at most. And these come by whenever, like every week actually. The other way that we could also get a bunch of gems and roll currency is actually by doing solo missions. So completing said solo missions gives you rewards, such as completion reward for doing the little quests here, 3. And you could do this for a very, very, very long time because there is a lot of One Piece related stuff going on here, as you can see. There's a lot of currency that you can unlock here. And then after that, for instance, there's also a hard mode. So if we go back, uh, re-enter that specifically. I didn't mean to join this. This is just some extra way to get some EXP and stuff like that. We'll talk about that stuff later whenever we get into those videos. But as you can see, you get 3 medals each. So we're just going to go ahead and do the math real quick. So for every 3 medals, that's pretty much the equivalent of 3 gems. So you're getting 255 gems from this specifically, and then we're getting 255 gems from this after. So you have an equivalent of 500 gems just to get from the story alone. So that's just like, that guarantees pretty much most characters in this entire game. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Next, we're going to go ahead and dip into my actual account, and I'm going to show you guys what my account looks like and explain how I got there. All right, so welcome. This is my main account. I am rank 52. I've been playing Bounty Rush for the equivalent of like a few years now, like 2.5 years, and this is a 100% free-to-play account. I've never spent a dime. I have 2 EX characters. My buddies have 2 EX characters. I have a bunch of 6-star units. I have a bunch of exclusive units. I have a bunch of units in general. As you can see, I have like so many units, it's ridiculous. These are the only units I don't have, which are some of the newer units and some of the units that I just never really went for, or some of the older units I never went for as well. Some are EX units as well. So as you can see, most of these characters are EX units. Don't have them, but I can go for them later on. Some of these legendary units I just don't have due to the fact that they're just like, they just have, I've never gotten them. That's pretty much it. But this is like a very, very small roster of characters I don't have compared to characters I do have. So as you can see, if you guys want to see more content like this, or just like you want me to show you handhold, like pretty much teach you guys the game, I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to make guides as I get through this and, you know, show you guys pretty much my passion, my game that I really, really enjoy. I've been playing this game forever. So freaking, I can't wait to teach new players how to get into the game. And I'll see you guys later. Take it easy and peace out, my dudes.